This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Joseph Adorno over Zoom. Joseph, how are you?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
I'm good, thank you. It's good to speak to you for what is the first time. Obviously you're deep into camp now. How are things going?
It's going great. New training camp, new team, new environment. Just excited.
Obviously I know you're keen to right the wrongs of the last couple of results, two draws back to back. How frustrating of a period has this been for you to have kind of had to wait now for this opportunity to come up to get back to winning ways?
Oh, just it's been a tough 2 years. Like you said, two draws back to back. One of those draws, I know my first draw from 2020. It was tough. I was going through some things. I never put excuses when I fight, but I was going through some things. And even after my second draw, I was still going through those same things going along. And I made a promise, to my son, and I needed a change. And here I am now, new training camp, new team. I'm just ready to work and get back on that winning track.
Talk about your new team, your new training camp. How are you finding things settling in?
I've been training here for this is my third weekend, and I feel great. I never trained the way I've been training. You know, I used to train back at home 3 weeks, and I wasn't in shape. I couldn't do 8, 10 rounds of sparring. And it's only been my third week, and I've done 10 rounds of sparring like nothing. Come out the ring, hit the mitts. So it shows a lot. It shows I was missing a lot of training, a lot of different things that I'm doing now.
Do you feel like moving away has also helped you to maybe mature a little bit more into boxing and understand just what it will take for you to kind of reach the top and to achieve your goals and your dreams in the sport?
Oh yeah, of course. Moving away from home, I don't have that same comfortability, where I could just be at home, or if I have to go run, I run it whenever I want, or probably won't even run because I used to not even go run, right? Because I was comfortable where I was at. But in here, I have teammates that are in a higher level than I. So, now I'm looking up to them instead of kids looking up to me back at home. So, I didn't have that motivation, extra push. But now I have that extra push, the extra team that pushes me to get better. I see the difference.
So you said you see the difference. What should the fans expect to see come November 5th when you are back in the ring?
The fans already know, even with me not training the proper way for a fight, I drop every single of my opponents. Either I drop them or I knock them out. So, they know I got power. But now, November 5th, they're going to see skills. They're going to see boxing skills. They're going to see jab. They're going to see movement, defense, all those things that I needed in my career to help me exceed to the next level. With this new team I have, that's what we're working on, and that's what we're going to do November 5th.
Talking about your opponent for November 5th, what do you know about him? What are you expecting from him?
Oh, I just know he's a warrior, Argentinian guy. Tougher fight than my last fight. Tougher fight. He's 21-3, but he's already fought for titles. He's already been 10 rounds, with the big names. He has 3 losses. But if you look at those 3 losses, undefeated guys, title fights, TV fights. So, I know I'm up for another test. This is all I want. I didn't want my first draw. I came back and fought another undefeated guy. And after my second draw, I'm up for another test. I'm not going cherry picking just because I had 2 draws back to back. Oh, I need something to come back up. No, you just keep going the hard way. Why? Because that's gonna prove me. That's gonna show what fighter I am, and what I bring to the table.
Success for you come November 5th. Have you thought about what you want to go into next year? What the plan will be next year in 2022?
2022, we first have to go through November 5th, of course. We're, looking forward to 2022. I know for sure that at the 135 division, there's going to be titles are going to be opened up. I'm hearing Teofimo Lopez got all the titles, yes, but I'm hearing things that if he don't get the David Haney fight, the titles might be on vacant. So, hopefully I get a title eliminator or a regional title that's going to rank me in the top 10, top 15s in an organization for me to get there to that level and be a world champion.
I mean, Joe, you're in such an exciting division. There's so much talk about the lightweights at the minute. How keen are you? How keen are you to see your name start to be mentioned in and amongst the TFMOs, the Devin Haney's, the Tanks, the Ryan Garcia's, the Vasil Lomachenko's? The list goes on. How keen are you for people to start to recognise you as maybe one of those guys who can compete in and amongst that bunch of names?
You know, it was happening. It was happening. It just them 2 draws threw me off, and you know it's my fault. I don't blame nobody else but myself. Why? Because I wasn't taking boxing seriously. I was just doing it just to do it. But now, like I said, I opened up my eyes. I had a son, made a promise to my son, and you know, I'm here working. You know, and after November 5th, I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen again. They're gonna see it. They're gonna say, "Wow, what a different Joseph Adorno." Now this is a Joseph Adorno that could compete with the elite level, and that's what we're doing.
Whilst I've got you, I do want to get your thoughts on that lightweight division, some potential fights coming up. Obviously, as we mentioned, Devin Haney, he may well face Jojo Diaz next. What are your thoughts if them two do get a deal over the line?
Say that again.
What would be your thoughts if Devin Haney and Jojo Diaz were to get a deal over the line to face each other?
I think it would be a great fight, to be honest, on paper. But I see Devin Haney winning. You know, he's a smart boxer. He knows how to use his range, his jab. So you know, I think Devin Haney will do it. Not so easy, but I think Devin Haney is the bigger guy, and you know, it's a smarter boxer in there inside the ring. You know, he's gonna use his range, he's gonna use his jab movements. You know, just gonna make it easy for himself.
Just to stick with Devin, obviously we saw an altercation between himself and Teofimo this past weekend at the Mikey Garcia Sandor Martin fight. If them two were to end up facing each other next year, as you mentioned, it was one which may well be the one which keeps Teo at 135 a little bit longer. If they did face each other, how do you expect that one to play out?
To be honest, that was I see it 50-50. You know, I'm cool with both of them, Teofimo and Devin Haney. You know, we all talk. I talk to both of them. And, you know, it's a tough fight. You know, it's dependent who's gonna come with the better plan, who's gonna maintain their game plan, and you know, let the best man win. You know, it's gonna have what it if it does happen. You know, because you know, promotional contracts and stuff. You know, get in between and stuff, and you know, fights don't happen. But if it do happen, you know, let the best man win, and you know, just keep going forward.
Tank and Rolly as well, which has also been announced. Just get your take on that.
I think Tank is gonna knock him out, bro. Late rounds, it's gonna be a crazy knockout.
And then just the final one, we've got this weekend Jamel Herring and Shakur Stevenson down at super featherweight. Just want to get your take on that. What do you expect to happen in that bout?
I mean, I know Shakur since we was little. You know, me and Shakur fought twice when we was young bucks. And, you know, Shakur is a master. He's a master in the ring, bro. His range, the way he controls the ring, he makes it himself. If he wants to fight, he fights. If he wants to box, he boxes. Whatever he wants to do inside the ring, he does it. You know, I feel like the youth is gonna play a major part in this fight, and you know, I see Shakur just winning all 12 rounds easy.
You mentioned obviously your past experiences with Shakur. When the time comes, if he wants to move up, or maybe even if you was to possibly move down, do you think that could be a potential fight between the pair of you at some point?
Oh yeah, of course. You know, other than us being friends or whatever, you know, when it comes down to business, look at him and Jamal. They used to be friends. They used to train in the same ring. But when it comes down to business, business is business. We could be friends after the fight once again. But once, if we're in the same way and the fight has to be done, you know, you're my enemy until after the fight.
All right, Joe, just want a final message from yourself, from everybody who's going to tune in and watch you on November 5th. What would you like to say to them?
You know, I appreciate all my supporters that have been with me, even through the ups and downs, you know, because it's been a bad road lately, but, you know, we back on a good road. We back with a great team. You know, I feel motivated once again. I got the hunger that I needed once again. Being with world champions, contenders, undefeated fighters that push me every day, you know, training twice a day. You know, it's going to be a different Joseph Adorno for sure. And, you know, just thank you for all my supporters, Allentown, PA, Puerto Rico, now Florida. You know, I'll do it for you guys, you know. I'll fight for the people. I just want to make you guys enjoy those fights. And November 5th, tune in, ESPN. You don't want to miss this one.
Joe, it's a pleasure to talk to you for the first time. I'm sure it will not be the last. Best of luck with the rest of your camp, and thank you for speaking to me on Boxing Social.
No, thank you. And whenever we could sit down, we sit down and talk about whatever.